Hi everyone, this is Margaret Manning with 60 and Me. This is the place where women over 60 come to be inspired. My guest today is Pearlie Ann Friedman. Pearlie Ann has a PhD in business and has worked for many years in IT and consulting, and made a move a few years ago to Thailand, where she is now retired and enjoying an alternative lifestyle. Welcome, Pearlie Ann.
Hi, Margaret. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, we've got a gap here in the line, so I'll try to give you time to answer. So, Pearlie Ann, you are in beautiful Koh Lanta in Thailand, and I'd like to talk to you about what you do during the day there and about your writing, because I know that's a passion of yours.
Yes, I try and write every day for a couple of hours, and I have a little habit I started years ago where I write 1,000 words a day. And it could be 1,000 words on anything if I can't think of a topic. A cup, a glass, a chair, the sunrise, as an exercise in writing. So I can sit down and write on any topic 1,000 words. It's like a habit. You build the habit, it's easy to do. I never have writer's block.
Well, it sounds like you've made writing a lifestyle. I mean, it's part of your life. And that's what I wanted to understand more about you, because in writing, it's not just something that you do to make money anymore. It's something that you're doing to fulfill your own passion. So tell me about some of your passions and what you write about.
I love Koh Lanta passionately, and I like to write about all the different places on Koh Lanta. And on my website, I've written about so many of the restaurants, of the pubs. Last week, I wrote about the museum in this tiny village in the south side of the island. So I'll write about anything. And I have a list of things that I'm going to write about. I also want to write about being happy and living life to the fullest. And I'm a runner, and I want to write about cardio because I think cardio is the answer. Maybe not for everybody, but for me. Mm-hmm. And I'm a yogi, and I think yoga is important. Mindfulness is important. Thinking about the things that can bother us, that made me write about uncertainty. So I just pick a topic, something I'm interested in. I want to write about it. I want to take pictures that depict something about it and put it together, and there you go.
You know, I love what you've just said, though, because I think as we get a little older into our 50s and 60s, you know, we kind of want to pull things together. You know, we want to explain how we see the world, what we've learned, and, you know, and share that with other people. Now, are you, in your mind, targeting older women? Is this your target audience?
I think in a way, it is my target audience because that's me. But I also think it applies to people in their 50s and even women in their 40s, because we want to live life the best we can. And when you're younger, if you make the decision to be happy and to be healthy and to care about yourself, then I think you can do it.
Yeah.
Whereas if you decide life is terrible, I'm fat, I'm ugly, I'm whatever it is, yes, you will believe it and you'll give up. And we can never give up.
And writing kind of reaffirms that, doesn't it? I mean, it gives you a way to amplify, you know, that passion that you feel. Where do you write? Where do you actually physically sit and write?
Right where I am right now.
Now, right now it's very dark behind you, but you have it's a garden, right? Or a terrace.
I'm on it's a rather large terrace, and I have a very big garden. And in the day, it's magical here. Well, at night, it's magical too, but there's lights in the garden, but it is dark. I have a lot of fountains. I have salas. I have pictures of Buddha in the garden. I have statues of Buddha. I have fan palm trees. So these humongous monster palm trees all around the garden. I have bougainvillea. I have frangipani trees. So I'm in paradise, just in my own home.
Well, it sounds like you've got a great environment for writing, because I think some people will say you need inspiration to write. But then on the other hand, you were just saying that you write about, you know, a jar or a flower or, you know, you really can write about anything if you have what you are emanating to me, which is huge energy and passion for life. You know, yeah. It comes out, and then you can write about imbue anything with that joy.
Well, I've been a reader since I could walk, and I always knew one day I'd want to write, to give back, or to say it, or whatever. And I've been training myself. I've been writing high-tech documents for forever. I wrote a PhD thesis, an MBA thesis.
Yes.
And I knew academic writing is one thing, but writing with emotion and passion is very different.
Mm-hmm.
So I really started doing this 1,000-word exercise years ago to be able to write that amount, because that's a good article size. So if I can't think of anything to write, I'll write about the first thing on my left or on my right. Just anything, describe it as a way to put words down. And then you always say, well, the mouse, it looks like this or like that. It reminds me of this. So you kind of let yourself go into it and get lost in the writing and let it happen.
I think
so. I do the same when I have restaurants here.
Yeah.
And things come in. So in my writing, I might be writing about the restaurant, but there's always things pulled in from my life and situation. So, the author is there.
Do you think it's the place for you, Pearlie-Ann? I mean, do you think that being in Thailand has actually helped you with your writing? Or when you go back to Canada, do you also find it easy to write? Does this place have a magic about it for you?
I was in Canada in August and September, and it was very difficult to write there because there's so many things coming at you. And here we don't have those things. I'm very remote. I don't have the traffic. I don't have the rush hour. I don't have time schedules because it's relaxed here. So I can be me here. Whereas it's not 9 o'clock and I have to get the bus to get to the appointment and to get to the grocery store before it closes so I can get, all of that is just gone. And I really see how stressed people are back in the West.
Yes.
And they're stressed in pop too, in that, but I'm in a very relaxing place.
So is this your life story, do you think you're writing? Are you going to write this, put this all together and make it the Pearlie-Ann story?
I don't know. I think I rather make it the story of something that maybe has more meaning for me. Because my story, it might be interesting, but I know it.
Yeah.
I'd rather talk about how important cardio is, how important it is to enjoy the moment and enjoy where you are. And the cup is always half full, never half empty, even when there isn't a drop in the cup. Always think positive, because no matter how bad it gets, it can always get better. Maybe it can get worse. So what? It can always get better.
Yeah. No, I love your attitude. And in fact, as people may remember that Pearlie-Ann actually is a writer for 60andMe. We have published several of your articles, and they are on those topics. The importance of cardio is one, I think. And then I think you've written on uncertainty, which are topics that, we love your articles. And now that I get to talk with you, I get to see why there's this energy that is in your writing. And I think you've given people a good set of lessons to get going themselves. Maybe 500 words if you can't do 1,000, but do one page.
Yes, exactly.
Do you belong to a book club, or do you have other friends that help you to write? Do you get together, or are you a solitary writer?
I'm a total solitary writer. Some of my friends think I'm a little crazy. Like, what are you writing? What's on your blog? Or we'll go out for dinner, and the next day I've put an article up, and they're going, where did that come from? And they're going, I was there. Wow, it looks so exciting. So it's interesting. Yeah, and the hardest part of it is proofing. It's really hard to proof your own stuff. Yeah, especially with a computer that does the spell check. And so, it's
challenging. Well, I'm really happy that we had a chance to talk about this, because there are a lot of women in their 50s and 60s who are thinking of retiring. And, really, it's great to see someone who's made a life in a new place and is passionately writing about not their lives, but what they're seeing, what they're feeling and experiencing. So you're a great inspiration.